Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. Now, somebody left me a comment and it said, listen, Mr. Keep It Simple, you act like all women are innocent. Yes, I'm going to stand on that. And I'm going to literally stand on that for 10 to 15 minutes while all women are innocent. Because when it's all said and done, a lot of you guys really don't have it to the point where women are coming up and talking to you. So if you don't have it like that, you got to stop and think. Your biggest problem is you're worried about women that you don't want. And I'm going to say this again. This is a real topic, and it can make life so much easier for a lot of men. You're probably thinking, Mr. Keep It Simple. Listen, go for it. I got you. Déjalo respirar. The problem with men is they focus on women that they don't want. That's what you don't want to do. You want, listen, now, if you got a podcast and you got to talk about something like RG3 and Caitlin Clark, okay, I get it. But when it's all said and done, if you're a man and you don't have a podcast, I just want to say, you got to focus on the women that you do want. Yes, this is where the video is going to get good. Because when it's all said and done, a lot of men, they don't realize when you focus on what you don't want, that's what you're going to get. Come on, Mr. Keep It Simple. Is it really that easy? Listen, I'm not playing. I told you 15 minutes, I'm blacking out. You feel me? It is what it is. You feel me? The game is sweet. You feel me? When I mean the game is sweet, life is sweet. Whatever you want to call it, the game of life, the life of game of life, it doesn't matter. It's all sweet. Just like a tangerine, literally, just like my outfit, just like a tangerine is sweet. And you got to stop and think to yourself, are you going to focus on the woman that you want, or are you going to focus on the woman that you don't want? Because what guys do is they don't realize that wherever attention goes, that's where energy flows. And I'm going to say this again, wherever attention, they're not ready, Mr. Keep It Simple. You got to slow that down for them. I got you. And this is just a mixtape. Listen. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. So for all you guys that's talking about, I don't want a woman that XYZ, believe it or not, that's the type of woman that you're going to attract. That's the type of woman that you're going to get, because that's the type of woman that you're giving your energy to. Me, I don't worry about the Glorrillas of the world. I don't worry about the Mellow Racks of the world. Whatever they doing, they gonna keep it on that side, and it's none of my business. When it's all said and done, I'm not related to Glorilla. I'm not related to no female in the street that's ratchet. So guess what? It's not my problem. And as a man, you gotta stop and think, why would you worry about women that you don't want? And I'm gonna say this again because, listen, I like to keep things simple. That's why I call my channel Mr. Keep It Simple. I like to keep it simple. I feel like it only makes sense if you focus on the women that you actually want, and then you work hard, and then when you actually get what you want, you can actually be happy to go home to what you actually want. Don't run from what you want. Mr. Keep It Simple, can you say that again? I got you. Don't run from what you want. It's crazy, but in reverse, people hustle backwards and they run away from what they want, and they run towards what is classified as toxic. Listen, shout out to this one woman that I met from Phoenix. She was so wide open. She was so cool, but like I said, time is of the essence, you feel me? And I'm gonna say this again, time is of the essence, but she really was into me. And my main thing is, at that moment, I just really wanted to go out and have a good time. So I told you guys, go out and have a good time. But I told her, she was trying to talk to me. I was like, I'm toxic. I told her straight up, I'm toxic. I'm not even toxic, but I told her I'm toxic. You know what I mean? Just to be kind of, polite. Women, listen, they put us down. You know what I mean? It happens. You feel me? When you're really not interested, but you're kind of cool, you do things in a cool way. But when it's all said and done, at that time, I was a little toxic. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe every joke has a little truth to it. So I told her at the time, I was like, you know what? I'm toxic. And then she was like, and I thought that would have been a sign like she was going back off. She's like, oh, for real? I want to get to know you. So when it's all said and done, I just want to say that you have toxic people out here that are not going to work on themselves, and they're going to keep on dating and dating and dating and dating. 42, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Listen, the game ain't never going to end. That's one thing you guys have to understand. The dating game is never going to end. People are going to be in a nursing home dating. They're going to be in an assisted living home dating, the game is never going to end. So if the game is never going to end, you got to stop and think, when are you going to separate yourself from what the masses are doing? And I'm going to say this again. That's all you have to do in life. Separate yourself from what the masses are doing and watch. Your whole life is going to be what you actually want. Because see, the question is, are you going to focus on what you don't want, or are you going to focus on what you want? When it's all said and done in general, it's not just about women, it's about where do you want to live? Are you going to do the things you have to do to get to the neighborhood you want to live? What country do you want to live? Do you want to live in the Philippines? Do you want to live in Thailand? Do you want to live in Japan? Do you want to live in New Zealand? When it's all said and done, how much the real estate cost? Start to really do your research in life. And then when you start to do your research in life, you're going to realize, you know what? A lot of things are actually possible. You feel me? A lot of people, what happens is some people, they just look at celebrities. And let me tell you guys something. Don't look at celebrities. Actually go on Zillow, go on real estate websites, figure out the countries, the places that you want to frequent, the places you want to visit, and go and see how much it actually costs. And then think about it. If I create content, if I create XYZ revenue, this is what you call mapping it out and trapping it out. So when you're going through this whole process, my question is, how do you have time for a woman? And this is why I believe all women are innocent, because I feel the majority of men literally will go up and try to talk to women. So if you want to date in apps, it doesn't matter if you match. At the end of the day, matching is like straight up going and talking to women. So if you approach women, talk to women in relationships with women, and you're not where you want to be, listen, that's the real problem with men. They're not where they want to be in life, but they continue to still date. And when things don't go right, they want to pull a victim card. I would have been here if it wasn't for her. I would have went to Oregon University if it wasn't for her. I would have been living in Washington State if it wasn't for her. I would have had a mansion in Canada if it wasn't for her. I would have had the Bentley GT if it wasn't for her. I would have had the Flying Spur if it wasn't for her. Follow the wordplay. I would have had the Bentley GT for her if it wasn't for her. I would have had the Flying Spur if it wasn't for her. So you got to think, that's how the dating game is designed. It's designed for you to pass off your lack of resources and your lack of making executive decisions on another person. Make it make sense. As a man, I feel every woman is innocent, because if you're really trying to go on a generational run, my question is, how do you have time for fun? If you're trying to go on a generational run, your fun should be creating content. Your fun should be going live. Your fun should be streaming. Your fun should be on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Snapchat. Like, really run it up. Like, my main thing is, if you really trying to go on a generational run and you ain't trying to do no collaborations, I feel like the majority of your day, you should be booked up. And I'm gonna say this again, I feel like the majority of your day, you should be booked up. From the time you wake up for the time you thank the Lord for waking up. Because every day's a blessing. A lot of people, listen, they left and they sleep. So with that being said, from the time that you wake up, from the time you say your prayers, it's time to get it in. It's time to go to work. It's time to handle your business. Listen, don't trust no man but God. When it's all said and done, if you know a good few soldiers, you bless. If you don't know a few good soldiers, guess what? Stand 10 toes down. When it's all said and done, listen, there are billions of women out here. And if you focus on the good, you're going to meet the good. There are also billions of women out here that are female wolves. And if you focus on the female wolves, guess what? You're going to meet the female wolves. The choice is yours. I would suggest that every man focus on a righteous woman. If you focus on a righteous woman, you will live a virtuous and a prosperous life if you focus on a righteous woman. And not only that, when you guys actually get a righteous woman, make sure that you know the word and make sure you keep everything in-house. You don't want no man touching your wife. I don't care what nobody says. Shout out to the Middle East. Shout out to Saudi Arabia. I don't want no man touching my wife. You feel me? I don't care if she's a V. I don't care if she's a used Ferrari. I don't care. When it's all said and done, ain't no man touching my wife. First things first. So with that being said, you guys have to understand, you got to keep the end in sight. When you keep the end in sight, you realize, you know what? I could be independent. I could go no collaborations, but it's going to take a good amount of work. And that's what you got to focus on. You got to focus on putting the work first. Before you try to make her squirt, focus on putting in the work first. And I'm telling you, if you go 5 to 7 years without intercourse, all your lust, listen, the shackles on your feet, everything going to fall off. And I'm going to say this again. If you go at least 5 to 6 to 7 years, 8 years, 9 years without chasing women, harassing women, stalking women, because when it's all said and done, I don't care what nobody say, 9 out of 10, most guys beg. So if you think that women are also powerful, it's only because men are also begging. Mr. Keep It Simple, we're not ready for this message. It's okay. I'm going in. I'm not playing. Because I really do feel that we must protect women and children. I feel that women are innocent. And the women out here that do have bad attitudes, I feel like they have bad attitudes because men can't control their lust. So a lot of women feel that all men are just lustful suckers and blow pops because that's what they feel the majority is. But when it's all said and done as a man, you got to ask yourself, do you want to be that 1%? Do you want to be that 2%? Or do you want to be that 98%? A lot of guys are going down the road of the 98%. And I'm to the point in my life, I can't save people. I got to really focus on my oxygen mask and I got to run it up. So if men want to go out here and try to fit in with people at golf courses, that's on them. I'm not fitting in with anybody. I'm just to keep it simple. I'm streaming. You feel me? I worked so hard. They thought I was AI. I don't care to fit in with anybody at any cigar lounge, anything. I do my thing. If somebody speaks to me, listen, I don't owe anybody a conversation. Nobody owes me a conversation. You feel me? Listen, I keep everything on a need to know basis. If I don't feel like talking, I don't feel like talking. If I feel like talking, I'll talk. When it's all said and done, I don't owe nobody a conversation. And guess what? If I tell somebody I like your outfit and they don't respond to me back, guess what? Nobody owes me a conversation. If I like somebody's outfit, I genuinely like their outfit. So if I like somebody's outfit and somebody like, oh, whatever, I don't care. I really like their outfit. And that's what you guys have to focus on. Focus on what you want. If you focus on what you want, life is actually easy. Keep it simple. Stop focusing on the Megan Thee Stallion type, the Glorilla type, the Ratchet type, if that's not what you like. Some men actually like that. It's a market for that. It's actually a league for that. I do believe in something out there called a league. There's a league of ratchetness. There's a league of female righteousness. There's a league of female, you feel me, setups. There's a league for everything. The question is, what do you want? Me personally, I just want a good, humble, God-fearing woman that like to travel and relax. And good with kids. That's it. So what am I going to focus on my come up? A God-fearing woman that's humble, like to travel and relax. And guess what? God seek